I think now we're really grateful that everything happened in the way that it did, because now we're here. But it definitely felt like a challenge when it happened. Bløm is a meadery and cidery in downtown Ann Arbor. We focus on mead and cider. We like traditional mead, it has a heavy, rich flavor, but most of the time we just want to drink something casual, and session mead is that. It's that honey, yeast, and water, but it's fermented to be really light. So it drinks almost like a craft beer or a cider.
It's really kind of a crazy process to think about the idea of something like a honeybee, gathering nectar, and then that nectar being transferred and transformed into honey, and that honey then transformed into mead, and then that mead being put on tap, and then that tap going into a glass. And this whole process flowing through from this little animal flying around out there, going from flower to flower, from tree to tree, from bush to bush. It's mind-blowing. If we didn't have honeybees, we wouldn't have a business making mead. We started the brewery in Chicago, and like 4 years into it, I figured out I couldn't have gluten anymore. The nutritionist was looking at me and she was like, this is the first time I've ever actually told somebody they were allergic to their career.
The last thing we want to hear when you're the head brewer is that you can't drink beer anymore, that you have this gluten allergy, this gluten sensitivity. It's really hard to watch a partner find out that the thing that they're most passionate about is something that they can't pursue anymore. And I think it was just kind of grappling with the knowledge that we had to change course in our life without knowing that it would result in something just as creative, just as fulfilling later. We source all of our ingredients from Michigan growers and producers. Michigan is this massive producer of agriculture and is the second most biodiverse state after California.
Whether it's cheese producers or if it's honey producers or apple growers or cherries or raspberries or whatever it's going to be.
Black currants and persimmons and pawpaws and lemongrass. There's way more biodiversity than people tend to think about, and I think it really expands people's thinking about what we can eat and what we can make from Michigan ingredients.
By choosing to source all of our raw materials from here in Michigan, we get to work with a lot of great local producers. And when we support them, they're supporting their economy as well.
When we go to buy ingredients, our day at work is so much more fun when we're ordering from them or we're visiting their farm instead of just getting online and placing an order. So we've developed all these relationships, and we now feel like we're friends with a lot of these farmers.
When we're thinking about how we make a product, we're starting with what can we get our hands on, what's available to us, and then what do we want to do with it? What can we make that we think tastes really good out of it?
If it was a really good harvest season for blueberries, we're going to look at making a blueberry mead. If it was a really great harvest season for currants, we're going to look at making a currant mead.
So, when things are coming into harvest, we're going crazy, paying attention to all these trees and bushes and berries and everything available to us. Mead is really exciting because the honey changes from season to season. So depending on what the bees are pollinating and what they're doing, we get different products.
Bees are these amazing insects. They produce this product to use within their hive, and then we're fortunate enough to take some of that for our own enjoyment. And then we're taking it and fermenting it. We're, putting it in a glass and we're drinking it. It's an ingredient that we treat with a lot of reverence because of the hard work that goes into it.
Yeah, I wish I could buy the bees a drink.